Hey everyone, welcome back to Behind Basics. Welcome to our exploration of the two-party system in the United States. For over 200 years, Democrats and Republicans have dominated American politics. But how did this system come to be, and why has it endured? Today we'll dive into the history of the two-party system in the USA. Chapter 1. The birth of political factions. The story begins with the founding of the nation. After the Constitution was adopted in 1787, the Founding Fathers quickly found themselves divided on how the new government should function. This division led to the formation of the first political factions. Alexander Hamilton, who favored a strong central government and a focus on commerce, led the Federalist faction. On the other side, Thomas Jefferson advocated for states' rights and an agrarian society, giving rise to the Democratic Republicans. Chapter 2. The first political parties. As the 1790s progressed, these factions solidified into the first political parties. The Federalists, led by John Adams and Alexander Hamilton, sought to expand federal authority. Meanwhile, the Democratic Republicans, led by Jefferson and Madison, pushed back, emphasizing limited government. The election of 1800, sometimes called the Revolution of 1800, marked the first peaceful transition of power between two opposing parties. Jefferson's victory signaled the rise of the Democratic Republicans and the beginning of a new era in American politics. Chapter 3. The Era of Good Feelings and the Emergence of New Parties. Following the decline of the Federalist Party, the Era of Good Feelings saw a brief period of political unity. However, new divisions soon arose, particularly around economic policy and the expansion of slavery. Andrew Jackson's presidency marked the birth of the modern Democratic Party, rooted in populism and opposition to elitism. In response, the Whig Party emerged, representing a coalition of interests opposed to Jackson's policies, including many who supported a strong legislative branch and modernization. Chapter 4. The birth of the Republican Party and the Civil War. The issue of slavery brought deep divisions that the existing parties couldn't reconcile. As the Whig Party disintegrated, the Republican Party emerged in the 1850s, with a platform centered on opposition to the expansion of slavery. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 as the first Republican president was a pivotal moment in American history. His victory led to the secession of Southern states and the onset of the Civil War, a conflict that would forever alter the nation and solidify the two-party system. Chapter 5. Reconstruction, the Gilded Age, and the Populist Movement. After the Civil War, the United States entered a period of Reconstruction, which saw the Republican Party dominate the political landscape. The Democrats, however, remained strong in the South, resisting Reconstruction policies and eventually regaining power in the region. As the country industrialized, economic disparities grew, leading to the rise of the populist movement in the 1890s. Although the Populists never succeeded in becoming a major party, their influence reshaped both the Democratic and Republican platforms, particularly around issues like monetary policy and labor rights. Chapter 6. The Progressive Era and Party Realignment. The early 20th century brought significant changes as the progressive movement sought to address the economic and social issues of the Gilded Age. Both parties experienced internal struggles as progressives pushed for reforms in government, business, and society. The election of 1912, which saw former President Theodore Roosevelt run as a progressive, split the Republican vote and led to Woodrow Wilson's victory. Later, the Great Depression and Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal would bring about another major realignment, solidifying the Democrats as the party of government intervention and social welfare. Chapter 7. The Civil Rights Movement and Modern Political Realignment. After World War II, the Civil Rights Movement brought the issue of racial equality to the forefront of American politics. As Democrats began to embrace civil rights, the party underwent a significant transformation, leading many Southern conservatives to switch to the Republican Party. The Republican Party capitalized on this shift with Nixon's Southern strategy, appealing to disaffected white voters in the South. This realignment redefined the party's base, leading to the modern conservative movement and solidifying the current two-party system. Chapter 8. The Two-Party System in the 21st Century. The 1980s brought a new era of conservatism with Ronald Reagan's presidency, which emphasized free market policies, a strong military, and traditional values. Meanwhile, the Democrats continued to advocate for social justice and government programs, setting the stage for the intense polarization we see today. In the 21st century, the two-party system faces new challenges. Political polarization has intensified and social media has transformed the way campaigns are run and how voters engage with politics. Despite these changes, the two-party system remains deeply entrenched in American politics. Chapter 9. Reflection and Summary. The history of the two-party system in the United States is a story of conflict, adaptation, and continuity. From the early days of the Republic to the present, the system has evolved to meet the changing needs of the nation. As we look to the future, the two-party system will continue to shape American politics and the choices we face as a nation. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the history of the two-party system in the USA. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content exploring the history and politics that shape our world today. Thanks for watching Behind Basics, and I'll see you in the next video.